In easing restrictions to pave way for final year students to write their final examination across the country, one of the preventive measures is to make sure students learn for 4 hours without breaking. In this regard, Nana Asari Ransford, speaking on Nadwa TV AM Ghana, advised parents to feed and provide snacks for their wards.
The government made sure that all students comply with the safety protocols of COVID-19. And that one, we cannot compromise on that. And it is on that regard that government saw it necessary that when we allow the student to go on break outside the school premises and the classroom, they will interact with other members. And so students will not be allowed to go out. And like you alluded to, materials have been supplied to most schools. But of course, yesterday my checks, and I think your station also went around to some schools. You realize that even in Accra here, not all the schools have taken delivery of the PPEs. And so we are advising that it is a promise that the government gave to parents, and hence he has to fulfill. Of course, I'm optimistic that it will come. Just that there has been some few delays and others.
Government, ahead of reopening of schools, announced that to prevent the spread of the deadly novel coronavirus in schools, face masks will be provided for each student, but in response, Ransford Nana Asari said the size of the face mask has made it difficult to wear, since students and teachers were given the same sizes.
I'm advising whoever is in charge should try and make sure that the PPEs are supplied, especially the Veronica buckets. Even in Accra here, most of the schools I have checked, some have for the nose masks, majority of them have for students and teachers, but some few teachers do not have. And even for the quality of the nose masks, I think the material is good, but because they made it for students, the size is a bit too small. And so even some of the students with broader face, it's difficult for them to wear. And it's the same nose mask they are supplying to teachers. And so wearing it becomes quite difficult because when you put it in your ears, that band that should stretch, I think that material was not properly acquired. So it doesn't make it, you're unable to stretch it, and wearing it becomes difficult.
Mr. Asari noted that some students had to resume to boarding schools that had not been fumigated. He further disclosed that government should have disinfected students' belongings before entering their dormitories, since the virus can live on surfaces for a long time and can infect other people. He also advised teachers to go through all the lessons taught online during the breakdown of schools, since most students didn't get the access to online teachings.
I think that is very risky because, you know, the COVID-19 can survive on surfaces. So even during the transit, while the child is transiting from the house to the school for the SHS, because they're going to be in the boarding house, I thought they should have also considered disinfecting the luggages or the materials of the students. Because, for instance, the churches, you realize that most of the churches, even as you enter the church premises, they have sanitizer on a mat. So even your shoe and other stuff, there are some churches I did some survey during this weekend, and even my church. Before you enter the church premises, they have some sanitizers and other disinfectants on a mat in front of the church. So you have to step on it and make sure that, you know, if your feet is contaminated with the COVID-19, you sanitize before. The schools, apart from what government did, the online and then the GLTV teaching, the various schools, too, as I alluded to early on, had WhatsApp and Google Classroom activities. But of course, some students were unable to access. So you can't say that you taught it online, and so as school has resumed for basic school, they are going to spend 11 weeks, and then on the 12th week, they will write the BEC And so you have to, we've advised teachers to go through what they discussed online